All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am the RPG chick. It is now time for, and I will fix that spelling, Super Smash Brothers Brawl with Dragolina, and I will let Dragolina take it away. So it's all yours. Good luck.
Oh, thank you. Uh, okay. Hi, I'm Dragolina, and I will bring you all to this wonderful one, which I really adore. It will be Subspace New Game Plus, but more to that during the one. So I will now give out the countdown and stuff. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So, hello, welcome to Subspace New Game Plus at RPG Valkyrie's channel. This category basically revolves around playing through Subspace, but the thing is, you don't start at the beginning, you start basically everywhere you want to. The thing is with New Game Plus that you have, New Game Plus is, New Game Plus normally is, you just start after you already finish the normal campaign, so you can basically just play with every character you want to. Do every stage in every order you want to, and also choose difficulties. What that means you will see it later, but it will have quite some changes throughout the run. Well, normally you're forced in the normal one to do this level with Marv and stuff, because in the normal campaign you have certain characters at certain stages and stuff. The second part of the stage is still with Meta Knight, because even in the story mode, that's like the first appearance of Meta Knight, because this is like not the normal Subspace one, so you won't see any cutscenes or stuff, because, I mean, that would be quite weird, because you play with different characters, and those cutscenes are mostly used to pick up those characters. But yeah, we now played with Yoshi, because Yoshi's pretty good, but the problem is Yoshi won't last that long for this level, so we have to use Meta Knight. Oh, Meta Knight. Oh, it's already in the name how good he is. Okay, classic jokes. Okay, so the thing with Meta Knight is that you can do something like gliding. Gliding is basically a thing where you can move very fast up and downwards to get momentum, and that's how we skip fights in this game. So I basically just skipped the first fight, triggered the second fight, and triggered the first fight again to take some pyramids with me. And the thing is that... Oh, the game currently trolls. What? Okay, the game trolled me in softlock. Okay, never mind. I wanted to show you a very cool skip and stuff, but the game softlocked, and I'm not. That's not them. I just.
By the way, Dragolina, when you do need the fighter tag name, just let me know, alright?
I only need that for all events. Okay. Well, the thing is, I wanted to show a very cool skip and stuff, but it can happen sometimes when the game just softlocks, so I have to do it normally now. Okay, web. Normally you can basically just skip the entire stage and stuff, but yeah, softlocks are not cool. They're hurting my feelings. Okay, but it's okay. We can also fight these eye things normally. It has a pretty screw. Like basically in this stage, you just go through the entire. You basically just skip the entire auto scroller, because you basically just go to the first fight again after you skipped it, because when you take the pyramids into the auto-scroller and kill them there, you basically just de-triggered the first fight, because the game thinks you are still there, but you aren't, but you're also in the auto-scroller, so because it skips the first fight again, the game just ends the auto-scroller. But the thing is that the auto-scroller still continues, because like, it's hard to explain when you can't see it, but you can basically just go out of the auto-scroller and stuff, but nah. It's sad, but yeah, sometimes it can just soft lock, and that's not very cool, but yeah. Next time it will work. think. At least we can now play with best wood boy. Wood boys are nice. I mean, doing the stage normal, I haven't done this in a week because, in a whole time, because normally I pick this stage for the first run because if something goes wrong, and a lot of things can go wrong on the stage, I just do it as the first run to reset often, because it happens. But yeah, normally you just are Meta Knight for the entire second to last part and just skip everything. Even this fight, but it's sad that it didn't work, but I can show a lot of other skips still, but they're pretty cool. Is this ride safe for children? No. Please, please keep your children out of this. Thanks. This was found out by the local Ivysaur community. Also, Ivysaur is cool. Best Pokemon ever. The thing is, are bombs safe for children? Probably not. Okay. For doing the stage normally, it was okay. Has science gone too far? Yes. Okay, but now after we have done this stage normally, we will now do the other stage normally. It takes like 12 hours. It's basically the same as in any percent because you play with Yoshi and stuff, so nothing can change. Because I mean, you still play the same character. I mean, what would change? And there are a lot of bombs in this one. Okay, weird. I mean, what would change? I don't know. The stage will probably take like 8 years still until it's finally completed, and I'm so bored already. No, how can this game do this to me? I thought it was a fun and exciting speed game. What? And the stage is done. Okay. So the thing with New Game Plus is that after you finish Subspace, there's the possibility to unlock 3 more characters throughout 3 single levels. Which are Jigglypuff, Wolf, and Toon Link, and in those 3 levels there's a door, like in the middle of the level, where you can just go through, and because it loads a versus match and not like a regular subspace match, you can just quit out, because, like, if you played any Smash Bros game, like, against somebody else, when you go into the pause menu, you can just quit out, and because it loads a versus match, like it does when you play against another player, it just lets you quit out. And because it shows the level completion screen, we count it as a finish. This also happens when you defeat Wolf, Toon Link, or Jigglypuff, or Death Abuse. Also, this is Lakeshore. This is like the most hated level in the entire Brawl community, because Lakeshore is a really forgettable level that we put at the beginning because this RNG fight is really not that great, to say it like that, and well, yeah, we have auto-scrollers. Auto-scrollers are nice after this. So yeah, when I'm in the auto-scroller we would have time for donation if somebody, some donations came up. When this fight is done. Lakeshore is pretty not exciting. But it's at the beginning of the one, so that's great. Also, that's a poison mushroom. We don't like poison mushrooms here. Well, okay. Also, I'm playing on the German PAL version if somebody wants to know. Like, it's not important that I play on the German version, it's just because I'm German, but I play on the, how's it called, on the PAL version because of one certain trick that will come up later today. Like, I would say in like 50 minutes. But yeah, if there are any donations that are there, now's the correct time.
There's no donations, but I can remind everybody that we are here for Take This, which is a charity organization which helps people with mental illness. They provide information where you can find your own help. They provide information to friends and family members, and they help make workspaces and other environments safe spaces. Additionally, you'll also find them at different conventions such as PAX, where they set up their AFK rooms. And personally, I've used them myself. And if you're somebody like me who suffers with some major social anxieties, it's extremely beneficial. And one of those AFK rooms does cost them about $10,000, which is why that is our goal. If we can provide them with just one AFK room, that is a lot of people that are able to be helped by that. And of course, we do have some incentives coming up in the next run, which is going to be the Lufia 2 Ancient Cave Race. You can name Maxim, you can name the capsule monster, you can choose which capsule monster, and you can choose the fourth character in the party, either Guy, Salon, Tia, or Alexis. So those are coming up, and they currently have no donations towards them yet. And that's only about 2 hours away. So if you are interested in any of that, please donate now.
Alright. So we are now in the cave section of Lakeshore. This section connects to another level that we will go to later, but yeah, it's like the thing is, I don't want to talk bad about the one, but the beginning is pretty, yeah. I mean, because it's New Game Plus, you don't really have, like in any percent, when you like have Marth and Ike in the level, you will, and you die, you will have Marth and Ike again. But here you just have one slot per character, one life per character, and it means that everything is way harder, because if you miss something or you fail a certain thing, you don't have a chance again to bring it, to make it better, except for maybe resetting or just continuing with the run. So it's a pretty hard run, but that's okay. I still like it. Okay, we are done with Lakeshore. Nice. Okay. Next level we're gonna do is Plains. So in this level is pretty basic. That's why we use Sonic here. Sonic is a character where you would think that he's pretty fast and stuff, and he is the fastest character of the entire game. But he incredibly lacks in any aerial movement or any good attacks, which means that we don't use him that much. We actually just use him for pretty basic level designs like this one, because there isn't much to, you know, jump and stuff. But I will now gotta go fast, yes! But I will now death abuse, because like I said before, Sonic isn't great for fights. So yeah, we don't want to use him. This is now the first actual arena fight that we encounter. Like, those are like fights with multiple phases where you defeat a certain amount of enemies. Like, they are always the same in every one, but it can always depend on RNG or other indicators how well they go. But yeah, I just use Meta Knight here because Meta Knight's pretty meta. Okay. But yeah, every single stage where where Sonic is used is pretty straightforward. The good thing is we don't use him that often, so there are actually skips to talk about later. Ooh, what's this? Okay. But I will go more into details about how broken some of Meta Knight's attacks are in a later level, which is pretty good to show off what Meta Knight is. Okay, so now we are at Mid-Air Stadium in a regular subspace run, like any percent. This would be the first level to start with. Here we do the exact same thing with that we do with Kirby in any percent, but with Bowser. Because it's faster. And it's cool. Okay. Then we're gonna appear as Charizard, because even if Charizard isn't the best character for the second fight here, we still need Charizard for a certain other thing, and we don't have time to Death Abuse get another character. So we just use Charizard for this fight and hope for the best. Well, I mean, Charizard is not bad for those kinds of fights, just a bit slow. We just really need him for the other fight, which I'm gonna talk about very soon when all of them are stormed. Okay, dang. Good. So the thing is, Charizard and bosses. The move Rock Smash quite has a very high damage output and a really high hitbox, which means that you just have to press side B 3 times and PT's dead. It's really Charizard just has a enormous damage output, and it's pretty cool. Charizard is the boss destroyer. That's why we will mostly use him for every single boss that's coming up, except for some exceptions. We can't use him can't use him in any percent that often, but yeah, every single time we can. It's pretty fast, to say it like that. But in New Game Plus we basically use him on every single boss except for like one. But now I can show you exactly what I meant before. Like gliding for Meta Knight is basically used like a movement technique. Every single character with wings can do it, but especially Meta Knight has his up B move. Has his up B move, which just gives again a very high amount of speed and airtime, which makes him just better as every other character that has this ability. Most of them can just glide when they are at the highest jump. Meta Knight can do that too, but his up B move just brings him even higher and makes him even faster than all of the other characters, which makes him just very broken in terms of skipping parts of levels, because I just skipped the entire end fight there. It saves like, I would say, 20 seconds. It does something. Well, grass monsters are weak to fire. It's true. So we use Sonic Side B here to kinda abuse the level layout. Well, it's basically because we play with Sonic, like really straightforward, but because the stage goes down and up the entire time, we can just use Side B to our advantage to get quite a amount of speed. Unfortunately, we can't like Death Abuse in any way here, because it would be really slow to go to like a certain point and die. So we just use Sonic for every single part here. It's okay. I mean, we get used to it, but Sonic is like not the best character. Okay, I will save up this giant mushroom, because it's pretty useful here. Whee! Even faster! Fun fact, that boulder will just fall off in any percent. If we shield it, it won't detect us anymore. So even if we go directly through the boulder, nothing will happen. Like, it will fall down and it will roll through us, but nothing happens. We just go through it. Okay, so Battleship Halberd in theory is always a stage where I really like to show off how broken Meta Knight is and how many things he can do. Well, I mean, you have already seen stuff like gliding, which is kinda game intended because, well, I mean, stuff like every single character with wings can do it, which means that it was game intended that this stuff is possible. It just should have been not as possible as we currently use it, probably. Okay, so the thing why Meta Knight is so broken, especially in subspace, is because Meta Knight has 6 jumps, which he can all delay a lot. Then he has also his snare move, which then he has also his snare move, which is this one, which also helps a lot to delay all of those jumps, and which makes a really enormous amount of damage, which you can see right here. And basically every single move from Meta Knight goes into each other, which makes him just a very broken combo character. Then there's also the gliding thing, which is used in the Brawl meta and stuff. Like, it's not only known to us, a lot of people know about gliding, but we use it like in subspace to skip a lot of stuff, but in subspace, in versus matches it's actually used to, I wouldn't say annoy the other player, but kinda. And the only thing that Meta Knight is actually weak against are enemies with blades, because every single enemy with a gun like Samus has a like if a enemy would have a weapon, a character with a weapon would do less damage to that enemy because that enemy is resistant to us, and that's also like with sword characters. So only sword characters have like a resistance against Meta Knight, but the thing is, if you time Nair correctly, like this move, they will still die one hit. In this little room we have to destroy 6 enemies. This one we can kill through the wall. It's not a Meta Knight only move, we can do that with basically every character. His tornado move, which I'll show soon, also just leaves him out of every single thing that could happen to him, and just makes him invincible. And also it's a really great movement option. And the last thing, which is also quite broken, lets him also do down C. What's down C, you may ask? Well, it's a move where you can hit at 2 sides in 6 frames. And it has quite a knockback. So yeah, the move is quite something. It does its job. It does its job. It's nice. Okay. Halberd Bridge is one of the so-called boss levels because it's literally just a boss in a level and nothing else. This one is Duon. Duon can switch sides and jump and stuff, but it's nothing that I really need to worry about. I can basically just sidestep the entire time or just dodge. Rock Smash does the rest. And it does a lot. So Jungle is the first level we play on Intense. Intense basically does that every single enemy goes really wild and really doesn't like us that much. just makes every single enemy faster and does quite amount or does makes so that enemy but every enemy makes a lot of damage, and yeah, it's not that great always. We will see it in later levels where it's quite more hard to go through a level, but like I said later. We play on higher difficulties on certain levels in New Game Plus because it makes auto-scrollers a lot faster. There are 4 auto-scrollers where you actually can't change how long they are, but like in most of them you can. Also, yeah, Pit can glide too because he has wings. I mean, normally he can't fly, but here he can. Okay, we will go really close to the side here, and then fly up to the damage zone, and then drop down to the right. And now there's an invisible bridge. Nobody knows why. It's not there when you go here normally. We don't know. It's just there. But it's incredibly hard to do a skip with Meta Knight. So yeah, Pit is pretty easy because the properties of his up B are just really strong. His up, when you just stand still, his up B is just perfect. And I want to play with Yoshi now because he falls fast. Okay. I would say that's pretty fast. Well, yeah, and every single enemy has a lot of health now, but it doesn't really matter because the auto-scroller is normally like really slow, but because we play on intense, it's like at the highest possible speed rate, and it quite does a lot. Okay, Cave is again a very simple level. We it's basically like the end of Lakeshore, but with Sonic this time. In any percent we use Yoshi here because we don't have access to Sonic, but they don't really like Sonic is only a little bit faster, so it doesn't really matter if you play with Sonic or Yoshi. Yoshi's a bit more consistent, but the problem is that Sonic is like really fast when he can be fast. Also he falls faster and stuff. We can't hit up B like the trampoline like twice, so I have to do a wall jump there to either refill it or just jump up in some cases where it can happen. Yay, movement! Woo! Like, if there's the wrong, like if there's a really bad rock formation, that can go quite bad because of Sonic's air movement. But gotta go fast! Also, I hope you're all doing great in the chat. Hope everybody had a good day today. So, there's a pretty funny thing where you can throw those enemies off, but they have to be like at their spawn point, and that's hard when so many enemies are here, like this. Like, I'm sometimes not sure if this was programmed well, because if you have seen how the turtle has fallen off, I don't think the hitbox was quite well programmed for that. Like, I don't think they wanted you to do it like this, even though it's like completely with in-game mechanics. Okay, I need to be very safe at this part because it's quite something to go through. Okay, good. Oof. That part can go very wrong. Quite a quick damage boost here. Nice. Okay, it's done. Neat. So Rune Zoo is the thing that everybody wants, that wants to have Mother Free in the US. Get it because of Porky and I'm not funny. Okay. So the first part of this level is an auto-scroller against the giant statue of learning. Learning is important, kids. Yeah, you just have to... Wait. Oops, I made something wrong. The character selection wasn't correct. Okay. Oops, my mistake. But I have to be Charizard before Meta Knight. Okay. Everything's okay. We haven't... We weren't far, but it's fine. So we play this stage on very hard and not on intense because yeah, so there's quite a lot of levels still to go through in this stage, and if we would play on intense it would just make the entire life harder. Well, the auto-scroller would be a little bit faster if we play on intense, but it's not worth it because the enemies are really ridiculous when you play on intense. And yeah, not to spoil anything, but we still have a boss and about 2 fights and a level between us at the end. So yeah, it's not that great to play on intense because everything is just so hard and it's not worth it. I pick Yoshi because we pick doll characters for auto-scrollers like this, because I could just pick Charizard first, but in case if anything goes wrong, I can just switch to Charizard at the end instead of being Charizard and ruining the entire level. But yeah, we just rock smash against Porky the entire time. And this is like the only instance where we take a lot of damage and then just go through to the end, because we don't want to be Charizard in the next part. Normally, a marathon strat of mine is just to stay Charizard for the rest of the level until the end, because I can change to Ivysaur. Ivysaur is cute! I love Ivysaur. Ivysaur is the best girl. Ivysaur is the best girl. Okay, but yeah, now I will just use Meta Knight because I like to fail strats. Okay, nah, it's okay. I can also do it with Pit. Gliding, woo! Stages on very hard or intense and hard are hard. Oops. I know, right? Who would have guessed? But stages are hard. Nah, well, but it's okay. I can also do the thing that I want to do with Pit. Bam! Pit's just a little bit clunky sometimes with his attacks. I mean, it's not Meta Knight, but it's fine. What? That was well placed game. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, well, sometimes it can also happen when enemies respawn, but it's just something you have to live with. It's just bad luck. There's one enemy that respawns if you don't one-hit it, but we will come to that enemy later. We won't see a lot of that enemy. Now we will just... so those enemies duplicate themselves, so we just have to defeat the ones that help duplicating. In very, like, depending on the difficulty, they replicate faster. The ones that got replicated also replicate faster. Because on easy it takes like 8 hours until they do something. But yeah, it's always luck dependent if you got more that respawn or more that don't on easy mode. But here it's like all of them do. It's not great, but I have to live with it. Oh, oof. Okay. Well, that's fine. Well, the thing is, I mean, it's cool that auto-scrollers are faster, but if you play a stage on very hard or intense, it's always a high risk, high reward system. So, if you die, it's over. It's as it is. Enemies really hate you here. Normally you can skip this fight, but I'm not Meta Knight or Pit, so I'm sorry. If the game hates you, you can't do anything. Bam! Okay. Anyone else? Nice. Okay. But game overs aren't bad. They're fine. Okay. So, World's 1 is the stage that I meant before when I said stages on intense or very hard can be really bad. World's 1 is like, if you are happy if you go through the first auto-scroller without dying. That's always a pleasure if that happens, because a lot of enemy want to see you dead, and most of the times it works. You want to stay Meta Knight until you can do a certain skip, but it's always very lucky if you stay him, because a lot of enemies really don't want that you survive the auto-scroller. And yes, I know what I say currently, but yeah, the auto-scroller is hard. Intense is not funny. This section is also very tricky and easy. You can just get yourself hit by every single bomb because nobody cares, because the damage is pretty small and doesn't do really much. But here it actually does quite a bit, and the knockback is oof. It's not cool. That's the most easiest fight skip in the entire game, because the trigger for that fight is basically as big as the enemy itself, or sometimes it feels like that. It's not really big. I didn't glide there earlier because those enemies would one-shot me. There are certain rooms in the game where gliding is really difficult. Yeah. Okay. This stage always takes like about, I would say, 3.5 minutes on easy mode. It's quite faster on intense. The thing also in New Game Plus is that there's normally a boss at the end of the stage, but you don't do it here because I don't know, it's already done. I don't know, it's just not there. Just 90%. You do the boss though at another point in time. You just have to defeat him once. I would also... Oh. Okay. Normally I glide through the section, but that's okay too. So, Wilds 2, normally we play the stage on easy mode, but we actually found out that the last auto-scroller is a bit faster if you play it on intense. So, this stage is also the reason why I play on PAL. Well, I mean, I was the first person that ever did this thing on PAL, but if you skip this fight and then go to the end here, and if you actually are able to destroy those blocks, it's a hard thing on intense. And if you just death abuse here, you will notice that you basically death drop, because we don't know yet why, but on the PAL version it's the thing that sorry, I messed that up a bit. Okay, good that Pit has such a broken glide. Well, the thing on the PAL version is that if you die at the if you died at exactly that point, you will just respawn after the fight. We auto-scroll and we fight at the end of the auto-scroller. We all don't know why this works, but it works, and we are pretty happy that it does, because it saves like it saves quite a lot of time. And this skip was already found before. It's pretty easy, you just have to press up here and fly over the fight. There's not much to do there. And the stage is basically just a joke. Because after I found out that Wilds 2 skip exists, like at the beginning there, yeah, the stage wasn't taken serious at all anymore, because it's possible in every category. Also, this point here is faster when you do it in intense, by like 5 seconds. I fly over here because cars are not nice to me. And okay. But yeah, Wilds 2 is a cool stage. Ooh, High Spirits waits with 99 people. Nice! I hope you're all happy that you got to such a nice marathon today. Also, I hope you had a fun stream, High Spirits. Okay, so we will make this stage like on like in any percent, because Fox is quite good in the stage. There's like always the thing with certain RNG things at the end and the beginning of this stage, but it's mostly just movement after you are done with Rayquaza and the thing before the auto-scroller. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Q23. Okay. So the stage has pretty nice movement because it quite revolves around some pretty nice jump mechanics throughout the different kinds of rooms. It's also faster to go in a free fall there, so just pressing side B here to fall down here, because you fall really fast. Because this because this game has no menu lag and no loading lag, you can just bring actions throughout loading times into the game. So you can just press up B, and the next thing the character is gonna do after the loading time will be to do up B. Like, it's pretty nice. So when I just came into the room before this, I pressed up B before the room even loaded. So okay, so I just destroyed the block, even though I haven't done actually anything in that room. That's pretty nice. But yeah, the stage is basically, except for the end, like in any percent. I like it a lot. The stage inhabits also one of the 4 auto-scrollers that don't change. We go here because free falling is faster. We can also go through the yellow door at the room before, but this is like faster. Then we go up C and then right C, because this enemy always needs to go against 2 walls, and if we press him to the right wall, it basically doesn't lose any time. Okay. So because this is one of the longer auto-scrollers that I can't change, we would have time for some donations if there are any.
There's no donations, but since we had this awesome raid from High Spirits, let me take a moment to remind everybody we are here to raise money for Take This, a charity organization that assists people with mental illness. And we do have, coming up next, the Lufia 2 Ancient Cave Race with Ellison and El Megas. And as of this moment, every single donation incentive has nothing donated towards it. So if you want to name Maxim, if you want to name the Capsule Monster, if you want to troll the heck out of these 2 racers coming up next and choose both the Capsule Monster and the 4th party member, now is absolutely the time to do so. Additionally, coming up later today, we do have a D&D Pool of Radiance where you can name a whole bunch of stuff. 4 different fighters, a cleric, a magic user. You can opt to lose to the copy protection boss. You can show the betrayal ending. Let's see what else we got. We got some Final Fantasy IV naming incentives. We have a whole bunch of stuff. And of course, tomorrow we have the wonderful Dragon Quest V being played by High Spirits himself. And of course, there are waifu wars. Currently, Deborah is in the lead with $250. If you're not happy about that, well, you have plenty of time to change that.
Okay. Well, yeah, you should of course all donate to all of these wonderful incentives. So, okay, the thing we do here is now to eat Bowser and then jump into the pit. And no, I don't mean the character. Okay. Normally we use Diddy Kong here to throw him off and then press down C because the move is pretty strong. But in this case we just do the easier thing, and Lake in any percent, like the end of it, is pretty RNG heavy, but with Kirby it's a bit easier. I mean, Bowser can still be like very slow and stuff, but it's okay. Also, the sliding is always nice. So we in interior we just use tornadoes and normal movement to avoid those bombs and avoid taking damage. Yoshi is technically like, if I would say 2 seconds faster than Meta Knight here, but I mean, I don't like to use Yoshi that much. Yoshi is basically just faster in this room. So yeah, it's not that worth it. The rest you can also just do with Meta Knight. So yeah, Meta Knight's kinda okay in this stage. It's just a the rest of the stage is pretty much just a normal fight and glide. If I take a lot of damage in the next room, it's completely normal because, it's because here are a lot of spikes and this enemy where you can't just quite avoid him, and a lot of flames, so taking damage here is not that important because it's easy, so the knockback is not that big. I mean, if we would play this on intense, if there would be any auto-scroller here, then that would quite change. Here, because like I explained in Halbert and Tyria before, because Meta Knight has 6 jumps, we use like 4, here there's a lot of things to do. Also invisible platform. Nice. Okay. So Path to the Ruins is a very glide and fight heavy stage. The first room is basically just gliding until just gliding as much as you want to. Wait, I need a bit more speed again. You basically just skip this first fight. It's pretty easy, even though I didn't have that much speed currently. If you just fly over here, you can just completely ignore enemy spawn points. That's why like 3 enemies that should have appeared didn't even appear. It's pretty nice always. You can make one consistent glide there, but like I did it there was also fine. I want to avoid all of those flames at all costs until like this point because I can't go further. Then I want to hit this switch, tornado up here, and want to be exactly at that point when the fire starts again. And now the stage is just fighting. A lot of the wheels will appear again, but because I was lucky, it only happened with one, and I'm glad it did. I was quite lucky currently. Neat. No, I don't want to have that. Thanks. There's also a possibility to skip this fight here. Well, I just have to glide over it, but the problem is there's actually a gate where you can't go through after the fight for some reason. We don't know why it's there, but Otherwise, it would be pretty easy to skip the fight. We have a theory that it may work in the Japanese version or something. Because, I mean, the skip with a Shoten Waltz 2 only works in PAL, so maybe something else works only region specific too. We don't know yet. But, yeah, there are still things undiscovered, I think. We will. At some point we may knew. Okay, so there's a grab squad where you just throw Vario from the side into the nothingness, but we don't do that anymore because this squad is not that great. So we just do regular down C shenanigans. Down C has a huge knockback. A bit. Okay, so fun fact here. From the point of finishing the stage until finishing this stage, there will be about 29 seconds gone or something, because Gallium doesn't have much health at all. It's like the boss that we didn't fight at the end of Wilds 1, because normally you fight Gallium there and here. But Gallium just doesn't have much health, which means that he dies quite fast. It's always nice. So Wounds is the next level that we will do on Intense, because Wounds has quite a big and long auto-scroller, but because we play on Intense, it's like only one half long. It's like only half as long, and it's pretty cool. It feels pretty fluid like that. I wish it would have been that like from the beginning, but if you play on Intense and get yourself kicked around by all of these enemies, it feels pretty fluid like later. I just want to be safe and don't die yet, because I actually want to have Meta Knight for this first section. Using Tornado is always pretty good because it just makes you invincible. I just want to get through this first section and then it basically doesn't matter anymore. I just have to go through the auto-scroller then, which is not that long. Okay, nice. So, I picked up Pit in the middle because he is also my doll character, so everything can happen now. I just want to have either Yoshi or Kirby at the end. Not because I need to death abuse, but just because they fall fast. There's not much more to do here in the stage besides going down. You will see why soon. Okay. Explosions! Okay. But yeah, this auto-scroller is so fast on Intense. It feels beautiful. Okay, we just have to wait until a certain point until the auto-scroller ends and falling down. Nice. Because you may remember what we did in Forest before, where we finished the stage earlier because we got to Toon Link. In this time, we will do the same with Fox. And if you have listened to that before, there's still one more character to do it with. Nice. And, I wonder if we do this character now. Uvo! Well, Swamp and Wilds 1 are basically the two hardest stages that we play on Intense, and I really have to concentrate in the next room, not in this one, but in the next room I will probably be a little bit quiet because it's really easy to die there, unfortunately. Like here it's too, but especially in the next room. Because everything throws me down by a lot and hurts a lot, and it just give me a little bit of time. I will use the backup strat here because I actually thought you would hold on to the ledge, but I can do this also with Pit, that's fine. I mean, there's no skip that I'm able to do here. I just have to somehow go through this. But yeah, everything that hits me hard. So everything that you see most likely kills me in some way. It's not cool. And this fight still has to go through, okay? And you see what happens here. I may go game over, and that's okay. It's really hard to go through this. Don't get the fire flower. Okay, the reason why I survived this and this flu enemy just disappeared was because they just disappear when every single enemy is done in this fight. Like, I mean, they always just disappear when they are too long on the screen, but you always just have to give your thoughts to the other enemies, even if the flu hurts you a lot. Normally I die here with one character to respawn with Pikachu at the end of the auto-scroller, but we couldn't do this here. And how did I survive this? That was whack. Okay, Giant Diddy Fight is Giant Diddy Fight has quite a lot of RNG, so it means that you die pretty fast. And because we play on intense, that's just even more intensified. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have survived this because there's still a lot of things to do, like some things to do after Giant Diddy, so yeah, that was pretty good. But yeah, every time where you don't die as a character and in the Giant Diddy fight, it's pretty good. In any percent, even on easy mode. RNG doesn't like you in this fight. Also, you can't skip this fight because this fight has actually 2 layers of fight. There's one without this thing in the middle because that's actually just an intense there. And if you try to skip that, the fight gets activated like it does on like easy to very hard. So without the thing in the middle, so you can't skip this fight. It just doesn't work. I pick Pikachu here as the last character because it's pretty nice to do this last part with Pikachu because the attacks have like the right hitboxes and stuff to do this to do the end nicely. Nobody else really does it with Pikachu, but yeah, if it works, it's nice. Also, he has Jigglypuff. Or Pummeluff in German. Okay, that was the last character where we could do this. The next level that's coming up is how's it called? It's outside the ancient ruins. We will actually do it like we do it in any percent with Captain Falcon, like the melee pronouncer likes to say it. Because every single character is pretty much neutralized. Every single character basically should be as equally as possible. Captain Zack is not quite as fast as normally, but it's still pretty okay. And his legs quite do a lot of damage. So yeah, we still pick him here in any percent and New Game Plus. Captain Zack is pretty good here. Also, he could use this little sequence break with the wall jump. Okay, I have to go here. Good. Down C is really broken with Captain Falcon, especially in arena fights. The only thing that bothers me in this fight is just always all of these gun pyramids, and they are not cool. They hurt my feelings. I don't want to start the bomb, so I kind of want to be careful. Okay, good. You go away. I just have to concentrate a bit so that I don't lose too much time here. Because, like I said, those pyramids that I don't know the English name of, and so quite can hurt a lot. I have to kill all clouds until the last 3 enemies appear, otherwise they don't. Bam! The special thing about the metal pyramid is basically that every single object you throw against them or activate against them goes towards you. It doesn't work with some items, but with most of them it does. So research 1 is like in Interior, basically just a Pikachu stage. We do the first 2 rooms here with Pikachu and not with Zero Suit Samus, because you're forced in any percent to use Zero Suit Samus here, but Pikachu is like made for this entire stage, like especially every part after this next door, and yeah, you will see some quite nice movement, but there are a lot of robots that punch you. I'm sad. Okay, basically just rocket and thunder through everything, because Pika! Also up C is pretty busted. It does quite a lot of damage. Every single robot basically comes towards you when you are there. It's pretty nice. If you get too much damage while you hold the key, it will despawn again and goes to the original spawn point, but I'm glad it didn't happen yet. It's always a bad case of luck when that happens. The thing what I did right there was just to thunder with Pikachu. It's a little sequence break where you can just activate the switch without actually getting the key. It saves like about 10 seconds. There's actually a skip with Meta Knight that you could do, where you just skip the fight that I did before. But you have to skip it like twice and you can't get the key. Like you can't get the key sequence break, and we still have to wait what's better. But I still think Meta Knight's better, but I just want to do the safe thing for the Smurfin. In case I fall into the fight of things. Okay, I try here to kill them before they even appear on the screen, because that saves time on the death animations and stuff. The rest is just thundering and normal movement and hoping not to fall in a pit. Pika! Dang. Okay, some tap jumping, going through here, and nice. Okay, I hope I get this movement done. It's sometimes a bit tricky. Yeah, that's okay. That's nice. Like in every single room except for that one where you could skip the fight, the Meta Knight would be better. But unfortunately, not being able to skip that key is slow. But skipping this first fight is also pretty fast, so pretty okay. so we don't have an idea yet how to do it. I hope nobody respawned. Good. Because that's the thing that can happen in some fights a lot. Okay, that was research 2. 1. That was research 1. The next level we're gonna do is research 2, and this is probably my my most favorite level out of the entire one, because we actually see every single character getting used in this level, and it's so nice because every single character has a usage. From Pikachu to Charizard, we'll see Charizard at the end and stuff, but oh, I'm so happy always when I can show off this level. The first half isn't that exciting because it's just the normal level, but after that, whew, a lot of things will happen. The second half of the level, after the fight. Whee! Ladders! Okay. I don't want to take that much damage. I kinda just want to avoid the red warps. Okay, now in this fight I want to down C both of them and I want them to get some height. It's unfortunately hard to time it sometimes, but yeah, basically... No, you won't do that. Want them to... yeah, I want to do this. It's nice if it happens earlier, but if it doesn't, it's okay. Go up! And... Pang! Okay, it doesn't matter if I die now or later, but at one point I unfortunately have to death abuse to get Meta Knight in this room. I will not do it now because I actually want to hit a respawn trigger. Soonish. I jump there and press down C because it just destroys every single block and it's quite nice. I will go into this block. Then stay here and then fall down because it will now spawn me at the door. It's always a nice threat. Then I will act. Okay, now the things will happen. So normally you are supposed to go up here, activate the platform and stuff. But what we are gonna do is just to jump up here and go here. Then we jump over here to get some height, and then glide very down, very up, down, okay. Basically just skip the entire puzzle and the entire fight. We have to go here, and then death abuse with Meta Knight, because we now need to be pit. We basically just skip the entire room and the fight up above. Then we go here, destroy this one. Want to look, okay, then use the broken properties of Uppy from Pit to go directly here, because you're normally supposed to use that as an exit, activate that, go through the regular exits, but first death abuse with Pit, because it will spawn us at the first point where it can spawn us, which is the teleporter where we need to go to. Then we fall with Charizard and go into the next two doors. To B and Ridley. That's nice. This is basically always the most perfect level to show off on why this category is nice. It's hard and it can be frustrating, but it's a nice category. Stage is so... Hey! That never happened before, but hey, marathon luck! Yay, we got Ridley to trophy. I already have that trophy, so I don't need it. But yay, we got a trophy. Yay. Okay, what you just saw there was a trophy stand. A trophy stand is basically not from JoJo. You use it to put enemies and bosses into trophies, and you can do that when they have low health. It's a in-game mechanic. The game wants you to do that because you need to make every single enemy in subspace and every boss into a trophy to get the 100%. And yeah, we are now in the last auto-scroller where the time doesn't change depending on how which difficulty you pick. So if there's any donation or something, this would like be one of the last chances. Okay, so is there any donation? Okay, so I think not. Okay. But the auto scroller is also over now. Then we will go now here and press down C just for the lulz and destroy all of the portals to oof. I just have to get some momentum done. Give me some. Okay, that should work. I hope that was enough. Because I don't want to die here. Because the thing we just did was to skip three fights in a row. So I just, because this is one of the late game levels where this is just a small auto scroller and like 3 fights in a row, and it's yeah, we just skipped all of those fights with this one glide, and it's nice. I just heard Jojo when I realized you said not from Jojo. I wish it would be from Jojo. What? Is that an enemy stand user? Wow. Those enemies are truly menacing. Okay. But this is just a simple arena fight between like 2 stages that are quite hard to do good. So it's nice to have some have a little break between. So we basically should just focus on the enemies that spawn in the middle, because all of the wheels just eventually die without actually doing anything. We just have to focus on them as soon as there are no new enemies that spawn, because that's when we have time. Also, that was a weird spawn, but nice. You are my hero right now. Oh, J question mark. I know this is a marathon run and stuff, but when you come over to my Twitch channel, we can do this the entire day. I have no problems with that. Okay. So Glacial Peak is a really hard level, so I really have to concentrate, because a lot of things really want to get my head and other things, and it's not, the movement is not that easy, so I just have to concentrate and hope to not die. That's always nice. No, stay there. Okay. So, this is technically the longest auto-scroller in the game, but because we play on intense, you kinda can see how fast it is. So, I actually have to focus here, because I have like Meta Knight and Pit to race, but every single other character I actually need a lot. So, I can die like twice, but not more, and it's really easy to die here, so yeah, I have to focus a bit. Even though I have already 400%. Pete is just my backup character for, you know, taking damage. I think that should be enough. Thank you, Pit. As soon as the second platform appears, I can go up above. Yeah, to go through the door. So I do the rest of the movement with Yoshi, either Meta Knight or Yoshi, but the problem is that the stage is so hard and this ice is so frustrating every time you go in it, that you just gotta do this with Yoshi to have better movement. I don't think about being Meta Knight still here, so I just rewrote my threads for this. Bam! And always when those wheels appear, I just death abuse into Kirby because I need Kirby for the rest of the stage. Not necessarily this point, but you will see it. Kirby is not the best character for this point in the stage, but for the next one. Because Kirby is my last character, I can't pick like King Dedede because I don't want to die. Oh, nice German Pokemon synchros. I just have to kinda work around with the intense AI. It's quite difficult. Okay, good. Good that I have like 7 jumps. Because I can't die first. So I can't just jump into the pit and hope that Lucario dies first. So I just have to wait, I need to pick Meta Knight, Yoshi and Pokemon Trainer. Okay. So yeah, because I have only 1 life left at that stage, I just have to hope that Lucario does it quickly, and I need to let him out before the pit comes. Because otherwise this would be quite oof. It would be quite a big amount of oof. So this is the only stage out of... No, this is one of the 2 stages where I play on normal. No. Alright, I changed one of those splits. Never mind. This is the only stage I play on normal because this is the actually longest stage in the entire game, and because of that we just play on normal because of the auto-scrollers. There are like 3 of them. But the thing is, it quite makes the AI weird, so just hope that it's okay. Because when we play on normal, the AI is pretty much just like on easy, but it kinda has those moments where it wants to be intense, but then it isn't. And then it's normal again, and because of that, it's quite aggressive and weird sometimes. Okay, I'm glad I didn't die there. Oof. Okay. Wait. I would have never thought that I get this fight skip, but nice. Fight skip is really difficult for me. Oh, I got it twice! Nice! That was the first time that I actually got the skip ever, and I got it twice in a row. Nice! Ooh, the skip is really new. It's like the newest skip out of every single skip. So, oof! Oh, oh. Okay. Like really, I never got the skip before. Wow. So that's how it works. Neat. But yeah, you basically just tornado up above there over the trigger. It's pretty tight and it's pretty easy to miss, but getting it twice, yeah, well, I mean, you need to get it twice in a row, but getting it twice in a row is, woo, neat. Where did the enemy go? Oh, okay. I think it was like up above. If you think to yourself, Dragolina, you have 300%, shouldn't you like death abuse? Nah, because the thing is, when you go to the left here and stay there, like nearly half of the enemies are just birds. Burps! Time to put Bob W in the chat. Like, seriously, half of the enemies are just burps. You can just stay there at the left and everything will do the thing. Half of the enemies are already dead and it's pretty whack. Baseball bat! Whee! Push! Those are not actual threats, but I do them anyway. Okay. Captain Falcon is the character we usually use for this level because of any percent reasons, and yeah, so it's kinda good in the stage. Downsy is just a bit broken. BAM! Okay, so there's a quick kill strat, but it's like hard because we play on anything else than easy mode. So they have quite a lot of health. So it's hard to get them. We just have to defeat the dragon piece and then we show their core. Nice. I'm not a huge fan of this game, but I'm loving watching this one. Yeah, this one is so nice. It has so nice tricks, and I love it. It's just hard because people have such a bad feeling towards Brawl. That's why it's always pretty hard to show off. Hey, this one is pretty cool. But when you get people actually to watch this, it's always nice because the theory of this one is so good. I wish I would have gotten the Battlefield Fortress skip at the beginning completely because, oh my god, that skip is so great. I wish it would have worked, but it's okay. I've shown off a lot of other things. I mean, I haven't done the skip at this was the first time I ever did the skip before on this level. I couldn't do it in practice, like, ever. That's pretty whack. But J question mark, I'm glad you enjoyed. I hope I can see you in a later stream if you want to. Okay. So this level, these auto scrollers are like only a little bit faster, but it's worth enough. I either want to die with Captain Falcon here or later in the auto scroller. It really doesn't matter. It's like a kinda faster in the auto scroller because you don't have to do much there, but yeah, you just want to be Charizard at the end. I wonder why. There was a pit. It's there. And time to go into the door. Nice. But I wonder why I'm Charizard right now. Okay, so jumping, Meta Ridley always spawns in the middle. Oh no, I know that there's a boss. Okay, you can't do much damage in the beginning parts of the one, but otherwise, Meta Ridley is pretty easy. Except for this move, you would die if you were on the Blue Falcon. I think the ship is called Blue Falcon. But yeah, if I would be on that ship when Meta Ridley does that, I would die instantly. That's not cool when you don't have another stock left. So, I mean, you have seen Subspace Bomb Factory 2, where this level we played we played before. I mean, it's like 8 minutes long. It's like the longest level except for like Great Maze. I mean, Subspace Bomb Factory 1 must be like 12 minutes long then, right? Right? It must be long, alright? I think so. Oh wait, it's already over. Yeah, Blue Falcon is this garbage effect. Is this garbage effect? Oh, neat. Pit. Thanks for saying that. I really didn't knew. I'm not that deep into the F-Zero lore. Okay. So in this level we basically just abuse Pit's uppy properties. We have to actually reload them here so that he flies again, because the game actually knows at some points that the uppy height is kinda broken. It gets also refilled when you do it after you got in the door. Like here. And then you jump, 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 jump and glide towards the door as far as you can. Nice, that was actually pretty good. But yeah, the thing with Subspace Bomb Factory 1 is that they try to do a puzzle level, but the thing is, there's only one route to the end, and I mean, you can do all of the other rooms, but in a speedrun, why? You can just go to the end. So yeah, it's the shortest regular level of the run, except for like boss levels. Also, I die here because here's the respawn trigger for killing DDD. I have only one chance here. And Bowser sometimes... Okay, never mind. Bowser is quite sometimes. Okay. Okay. No, wrong difficulty. Meta Knight. Yeah, that's okay. Like, I actually just wanted to inhale him and then fall down, but yeah, I mean, that works too. So, I'm really sorry to say that, but in this level there's the last auto-scroller. I hope you don't miss them, but nothing will remain here after this level. That finish, yeah. Bowser's good at fight. I know, right? Snowvix, that's... Bowser's my favorite fighter. Bam! Okay. Schnuckulus. Okay, wait a second. What was that end? Okay. So yeah, I want to be Meta Knight at the end again, and because I got an extra life, shoutouts to that organization. I just have to death abuse until I Meta Knight again until the end of the auto-scroller. But yeah, that fight was pretty whack and weird. Oh right, I have to. Right. Yeah, that fight end was pretty something else. You could say this fight end was pretty meta. No. Okay, I don't want to take that much damage, come on. Normally that enemy, yeah, right. exactly that one. Respawns like always, so I just normally don't want to go to the enemy to the right. Okay, this is now the last skip that I want to do. It will come up pretty soon. I just have to destroy some enemies to be safer here. And with enemies I just mean this one. The other ones aren't that bad. I just want to be as safe as possible. Give me more height. It's pretty easy to die here. But nice. Nice. Pun okay. Okay, so you wonder basically, Dragolina, don't you have to do the Great Maze here? I mean, what about, don't you have to defeat every single character and every single boss and stuff? Well, yes, I mean, of course, we currently do this Great Maze. I mean, we will now go to the Donkey Kong door and then defeat Donkey Kong. And then do the rest of the maze, just in a different order and stuff. I mean, that purple arrow, wait, there isn't a single trophy before the door? What could that be? But yeah, get ready on time. Woo! So, because of Taboo's teleport patterns, it's more consistent to use Meta Knight here because his Nair does a lot of damage, and because of his 6 jumps, it's just easier sometimes to spam Nair instead of spamming side B. Also, off waves, 1, 3, okay, nice. I mean, side B does more damage from Charizard, but it's not worth it most of the times because Taboo's teleport pattern, especially that one, Charizard can't even go to that point. But that's except for when you have a giant mushroom. Time. Oh nice, a 1:31:42. Ah. Nice. It was a good time. Well, okay time for marathons. Whew. RPG check?
Yes.
Oh, so I'm done and stuff. So, should I say the end words or do you want to say anything before?
Sure.
Okay, then hi, I was Dragolina. I'm your local girl that was totally not blushing the entire marathon run because I was quite scared to pull off that for before so many people, but I'm glad that people in the chat liked the one. I would be very happy if you would go to my Twitch channel and would maybe drop a follow to so that we can talk a bit and stuff. But I mean, only if you want to. Yeah, a lot of thanks for RBG Valkyries for letting me run this beautiful marathon. Mental health awareness is a very important thing, and I really hope that you donate for those awesome incentives. And yeah, I hope we could see us at my stream if you want to. Okay. Thanks for everyone that interacted with me in the chat. You're cool. Okay. Bye.